Hi guys, and we're back today with a user request for manipulating a Microsoft Access database in Delphi. So guys, in this episode, this is what you're going to end up with. It's a simple client written in Delphi for editing a Access database. If you are new to this channel, please hit the subscribe button. It is very much appreciated. And let's get into it. As you can see here, I have a blank screen ready. So we're going to go over here, we're going to choose ourselves a VCL application. Give it a few seconds to make one. We're going to save it before we start. I've had a few issues with this saving today, so we better start off by saving it. So we'll save it in my YouTube directory. And see, it was saving, it just wasn't doing a very good job of it. Delete both of these out of here. Might be removed or deleted. Okay, we're going to name it something else. Okay, so it's going to let me save it as that. We're going to save the program as access. DB. And okay, it's let me save, so that's fine then. So, first of all, there's a nice little tab over here that's called Data Explorer. If you go over here, this will show you if you're running I don't know if this is in the free version, I will put that out there right now, but it's definitely in the version I have, and it's in most of the versions, I believe, from XE2 or XE3 onwards. So if you have a version that is an XE version and not the free version, you should also have this. If anyone is running the free version, can you please comment in the comment section whether you actually have it or not? So it's quite simple, really. Here is Microsoft Access databases, and we can see we have a few already in here. So we're just going to use the demo one that's in here, and we want a table we can use. I'm going to go with employees. So what you want to do is, now you have selected the table, or I believe it's a page actually in Access, but you're going to drag employees over to your form and let go of it. It's going to create these two files for us. It's going to create the connection, and it's going to create a table. For now, the table is not active, but we'll get around to that in a minute. So next we want a data set, or data source. And so our data source goes here, and we go to our data set, and we pick our employee table. Now, I didn't write this table, I don't have Access installed, so I can't actually make one. So next we would like a grid. And we're just going to grab ourselves a grid. Here it is. We're going to stick it here. We're going to drag it so that it fits nicely, like so. And we're probably going to want some nav at some point. So we're going to grab ourselves a little nav tray. And next we want a button. And why do we want a button? A lot of people have reported issues with Delphi's support of it is technically a full support. However, it's not full support. If I was to run this like I am in a second, you'll get some funky errors. So we're going to put active here, and that should have propagated our table, but we forgot to tell it what table we're using. So you're going to go here, you're going to go to grid, and you're going to go to data source, and we're going to click our data source, and it will propagate your table like so. You can make it bigger so you get a lot more information visible, and you can run right under these, but I'm not going to, because I want you to see that they're there. So we're now going to play it, and it will give us a funky error, hopefully. And this is the error I'm talking about. Lots of people have complained. I've seen loads of people complain about this error, and it's really simply fixed. I found a post on one of the help forums, and what you're going to do is you're going to hit break, and it's going to take you to some weird place in a source file that came with it. We're going to come back over to Notepad here, and you just need to add this unit. For some reason, not that one. For some reason, when this gets created, it's not added. And simply by putting that in place like that in our declares, coming back and hitting play, we get this. Ta-da! So currently our load button does nothing, but as you can see, our database that we're using, the temporary, or the one that comes with the demo, you can see it works well. So, but our nav buttons don't do anything. So we're going to come back out here, and we're going to set this to false, because obviously when your application loads, it's going to take a lot of data. It's going to take a lot of time to load, if not. So we're going to come and we're going to click our load button, and as you can see in our class next door to us, we can see that there is an object called employees table. We're just going to go to the variable active, and we're going to set it to true. And that will then enable us to load our application without loading the database instantaneously, which is going to give us a nice instant load. And there's our instant load. So now we can click this, and we get our data pop up. And once again, you can scroll through it. I don't know if you can edit it. You might be able to edit it straight off the... Yeah, you can edit it straight off the board, but I don't think you can add any. So we're now going to try and fix this, and I don't often use this. Well, I've never used an access database with Delphi. So we're going to check our data source, and I think that is all that is required for you to move. Yep, so you can now move up and down. I don't think if you go all the way to the end, I don't think you can add. You can add one. This will take one away. So it's pretty much how you can add. So you can set this one to 10. Okay, you can't edit it straight out of the box. We're going to have to do some. I believe it is here. No, it's this one. Fields. Add fields, and this is where it crashed earlier, so we're going to add only a few of them. So we're going to add our user ID. We want to add, I don't know, the country of origin, and the date of birth. And then what we're going to do is we're going to highlight these. I believe if you do this, you can then drag them out. And if you make your page a look bigger, we can now edit these. And so if we go back into our application, if there isn't an error, where did we fail? Error opening. Save everything. Violation. See, this is what I was doing earlier. I don't know if this is a problem with my machine or with my version of Delphi that's installed. So it perhaps might be the fact that it's using DB edits, and I don't have DB edits in my... Oh no, I do have DB edits. I don't know. It's not going to let me save it either. So let's get rid of these and see if it lets me save it now. Nope, we still get a violation. Let's go back to our table and remove them. delete. Should just be able to, there you go. And then we get more violations for deleting them. So if we save it now, so it will let me save it now. So it might be a case of we need to remove these. So let's add them back. We would like higher day, that'll do. And we still get violations. Add another one. Employee ID. And so let's drag these out, and then what we'll do is we'll instantly delete them, and hopefully that solves the majority of our issues. Yeah, it seems to have done. And so now if we run it again, we should be able to create new entries in our table. Now obviously if you were using this for something important, or if you were using this for, you know, to propagate all of these fields, then you would actually add all of them. So we're going to put our user ID to, I think you have to go all the way to the end first, to 10. Why is this not letting me edit them? That's clearly the undo button. But as you can see, it's propagating each field as we click on each person. So that would be a more useful way of doing it. I'm going to pause the video now, and I'm going to check with the manual on their website to see exactly how you would add credentials. So I'll be back in a second. So right guys, I'm back, and after a bit of looking on the forums, it turns out I needed these two to edit. It was fine just having the data source if you were just reading, but apparently you need these two to edit. So what happens is this goes in between these. So instead of your employee table going straight to your data set, you go to a data set provider and you put your data set in here, and then your client data set has to be set, and that is down here to data set provider, and then you simply go into your data set and you reset that to a client data set. Now at that point it still won't edit. So what you need to do is you need to come over here to your client data set, and we need to go I believe it's after post, and what you need to do is you need to go client data set 1 dot I think it's auto Right, so I'm back once again, and I was looking in the right place. It's apply update, and it's 0. So now we've done that, we're going to go back to our form, and we need to set that for, we set it for the wrong one, so we're going to cut this out. Oh no, we didn't. After post, and I want it after delete. So that should do it now. We should now be able to play around with our database, which would be great. So we should now be able to go all the way to the bottom, click add, and don't do that. Type in a birthday, so the 1st of the 1st, 2018, and the date hired, let's go for the same day. And then we need to go to the employee number, and we're going to put it as 10. Okay, that's probably the key, so I'm just going to leave that one blank, and it should propagate itself. It doesn't. But as you can see, if you scroll across, you might have to press OK. Ooh. So it's raising an exception that I didn't fill all of the variables, all of the variable fields. So we're just going to continue. It's going to keep doing it until I run out of fields. So it did edit it, but on the other hand, you have to fill all the fields. If I had the access to Microsoft Access, I would have written my own one with 3 fields, and we would have just done it that way. But you win some, you lose some. So in short, that is how you edit your or that's how you use an Access database, a Microsoft Access database in Delphi. And I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I know I can't remember the exact username, but someone had requested it, and I'm sure that someone will say thank you in the comments. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. We are trying to get over the threshold so that I can stop using Minero mining links to generate profit. So if you're new, hit the subscribe button. It would be very much appreciated. And until next time. So guys, in this episode, this is what you're going to end up with. It's a simple client written in Delphi for editing a Access database. If you are new to this channel, please hit the subscribe button. It is very much appreciated. And let's get into it.